Good evening and welcome to the Holly Township Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. Today is September 10th, 2025. With that, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Commissioner Wright,
Here.
Commissioner Hutchins,
Here.
Commissioner Carl,
Here.
Chairperson DeSessa,
Here.
and Commissioner Earl here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. We have a quorum. Excellent. Okay, the next item is item number 4, approval of the minutes. So first is the motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting of August 13th, 2025. Is the motion?
I motion to approve the minutes.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Carl. Is there a second or support?
I'll support.
Thank you. Supported by Commissioner Wright. I'm just going to do a voice call vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Okay, thank you. Motion passes. Next item is the approval of the agenda or changes to the agenda. First is the motion, as I just read, is to approve the agenda as submitted or amended.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I would like to add an item to the agenda. Under new business, it would be item G. It would be to accept the minutes for the Social Media and Website Committee meeting of July 22nd, 2025.
Excellent. Accept minutes. Social media and website committee. Okay. So there has been a motion by Commissioner Wright to amend the agenda by adding under new business, item number G, accept minutes of the social media and website committee dated September 4th, 2025. Is there, yes, sir?
Sorry, it's dated July 22nd, 2025.
Oh, I am sorry. That's my mistake. I see where I read the, okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. Okay, so it's minutes of July 22nd, 2025. Very good. So there's been a motion by Commissioner Wright. Is there a support? Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Earl. Supported by Commissioner Earl. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next is item number 6, public comment. Members of the public can address the commission once recognized by the chairperson for items listed on this agenda only. Comments are limited to 4 minutes. The commission may extend this time by up to an additional 4 minutes by majority vote prior to addressing the commission. Members of the public are asked to state their name, street name, and town. I see no one here for public comment. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to item number 7, old business. So under old business, the first item is to approve the bids for gutters to be installed at the Nature Center for Sorensen Park. I know that the manager has been working very closely to get this information together for us, and I know that Commissioner Hutchins as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our manager for further discussion. Madam Manager?
Yep, we were fortunate enough to get 3 bids, and Commissioner Hutchins also spoke with each of the 3 people with some thoughts that he had on the best way to address the gutters. So before you, we have 3 different bids. gutter guys and gals had submitted a total proposal of 2,664 when you take the front of the building and the back of the building. And he also supplied a picture that goes along with it of what their product looks like.
Oh, nice.
And see, this also does have a 50-year no clog warranty on their gutter protection for that. And then a second quote for discount seamless gutters. With having two new gutters, 6-inch gutters with the posted amount of 2,640, because when he spoke to Commissioner Hutchins, they were going to do 2 downspouts to the east of the building and not 4. So taking off $200 for that. And then the last one is for R&D gutters, and his bid came in at 2,541, and that is the 6-inch wide also, with different gutters and everything ending 2 feet off the ground. That was Commissioner Hutchins' choice to have the downspouts end higher up.
Okay, very good. So let's see. So the proposal for gutter guys and gals, if we add those two, 1332 plus 1332, right? How much is it? 2664. Okay. And then the second one for discount seamless gutters is 2640.
Actually, if you take
Oh,
off for
200.
downspouts, it's 2440.
Okay. Thank you. And then the last one, it's $2,541. Okay, so we have 3 bids, and I think they're all very good. They come in very close. The first, again, just to summarize quickly, it's 2664 for gutter guys and gals. I'm sorry. And then the second one, discount 2440, and then the last is 2541. Okay, questions, commissioners?
Can't read the writing here on the third one. All new gutters, front and back.
You want me to read it to you?
Yes, please.
All new gutters, front and back, 6-inch with 3 times 4 downspouts and gutter guards. And then everything draining to the east, everything 2 feet off the ground.
There was
And 3 by 4 downspouts is actually 3 inches by 4 inches.
Mm-hmm,
And they all seem to be that same size.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that the gutter guys and gals, couple of things, their warranty looks like it's for labor and material. I don't know what the lifetime manufacturer's warranty is, if that's the same on discount. And then the other thing is, this one says 12 to 16 feet off the ground. And so how would that change it to go to 24? Right? 2 feet or 6?
2 by 4.
Well, yeah, because he said 2 feet, right?
Yeah. Oh,
The other one was 2 feet.
I'm assuming this is 12 inches. Is that correct?
Yes, that'd be inches.
Inches.
I told
For
him,
12 inches, right? But
Okay.
this one says 2 feet. So
yeah, I
that'd
told
be
him, I said,
20.
I'd like to see not any higher than 2 feet but anywhere from 12 to 12 inches to 2 feet high
Okay,
off the ground.
okay. I was just asking because the other one said 16 inches,
Yeah.
but that fits in that.
Right, I told him between 12 and 24 inches. You don't want to get too close to the ground because of the snow and the ice pack.
Oh,
That's what I was going to
Keep
ask,
it small.
ask that question. Yeah.
makes sense.
Do we need extenders to shoot it out farther into the runway? We're draining to the east,
Right.
so it's just gonna dump to the building.
No, you're supposed to have extensions going out.
That's not included, so we would have to purchase.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
so.
told him that we wanted to get clearance away from the building.
Right.
We were dumping our water at the west end of the building, which caused the natural drain to put ice out here in front and around by the building.
Yeah.
So you take the water up here and shove it out down and put it down the downspout to the swale. Natural permeation. Get the water away from the building.
Yeah.
Away.
And then what is the hydroflow gutter protection? Do we know what that means?
I think it's just their brain. That's like, you know, this, whatever that's.
Oh, it's very pretty. It's good.
I know it does look really good.
Year warranty, I guess it.
It should. Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like you can do a good job. Do you?
I think they're all pretty close, unless anybody has any specific.
That's why I spoke to all three contractors. I wanted to hear apples.
Mhm.
That way, this high, we're going this way. There's an actual physical thing. How many square feet you got to drain out the roof and the pitch of the roof. That's why a 5-inch gutter doesn't work. You have to go to a 6-inch gutter with a 3x4 dump because you want to get that water in the gutter and out of the downspout. That's why they call them hydroflows. It's more than a standard gutter. It's bigger, it's better.
So, Commissioner Hutchins, going back to the question that Commissioner Carl was asking, so I know that you want it up to at least 2 feet off the ground, correct? So, will they have some sort of extension, as he said? I don't see an extension on here.
Well, we discussed keeping the flow away from the building.
Mm-hmm.
So they might put a 2-foot kicker out there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kick it away from the building.
But is it included in the bid? Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm asking.
No, it's
I don't see it.
See it either.
Mhm.
possibly to the one we approve, we could basically say you got the job if you provide extender.
Mhm.
That way we don't have to pay.
Madam Chair, I had a question. Was there a written RFP?
No.
There was not.
But I do know that, as I said, Commissioner Hutchins met
Right.
with each of them and together with the manager. And again, they discussed the proposal and they made sure that everybody had the same info, the same everything.
I just feel like for the the matter of transparency, we really do need to get a policy in place where we give out written RFPs so that we have a basis to go by to make sure
Understand.
they're apples to apples, as
Mhm.
Commissioner Hutchins said.
You're right. We'll make sure that we do that next time. But for now, if
Oh,
you,
absolutely.
yeah, I think this is good. Uh, I think any one of these three folks is there a motion for any of these that you may like? I know that the first proposal gives a little bit more information and gives us some warranties, which I like. The second one, don't see any warranties. Oh, yes, they do. Lifetime manufacturer's warranty on all aluminum parts. However, the warranty does not cover acts of nature covered under homeowners insurance, such as, but not limited to tornadoes, tree damage, hailstorms, and ice damage. And then the third one didn't really give us a lot of detail. Okay. They're all pretty close. I know that we want to make sure that they have that extender, for lack of a better word. Uh, I don't know if they can give it to us for free. I don't know how much those things would cost. Um, we could try. It's not that much. How many?
Well, it's cheap.
Okay.
That's the cheapest part of the gutters, the downspout.
The downspouts. Okay. How many would they have to install? Two?
Two.
Two? Okay. All right.
We just need to maybe specify, do we want 6 foot? How far do we want?
Hi. Oh. Commissioner Hutchins, what would you recommend?
2 to 3 foot.
Okay. Is there a motion or are there still any other more questions or are we ready to make a recommendation? Or a motion, I should say. Like I said, I really like this. I know this first one's a little more expensive, but I think their proposal is well done, well put together. Good. They did a good job. They gave a lot of details and they wrote acceptance of proposal in the back, as you can see, so we know what we're getting. Very, very professional. And so the second one.
I agree, and I also noticed that they have that 50-year on the actual top, where when you, it looks like the other one is on the aluminum part,
Mm-hmm.
just be the downspouts, right?
No, that'd be the gutter and all aluminum parts. The gutter.
Better just not the lid, not the
I
top.
don't know about the lid.
Looks like it's aluminum.
You think it is?
Oh, yeah.
The top. Oh, wow, okay. Right, that would be that's the other quote though.
This goes with it.
That's with that, yeah. I think we were talking about the other,
This go.
just as trying to like,
Mm-hmm. Compare.
that one says all aluminum parts. I guess it's everything's aluminum, then maybe the toppings as well. That's everything.
Yeah, I like the 50-year no fault warranty too. I think that's good. And they have a 10-year warranty also on their labor and material, which is good as well, I believe.
Is that motion?
And I would prefer, I mean, I can make that motion, but I really would prefer that it come from the commission. If not, then I will do that. But I prefer that it come from you all first.
Motion. We accept the gutter guys and gals proposal totaling $2,664. On the condition that we also request that they provide the extenders for the 2 downspouts.
Is there a support?
I'll support.
Okay, supported. Motion by Commissioner Carl, supported by Commissioner Wright. Any other questions? I have one more question. Madam Manager, when will they do this once we approve it? When will this work begin?
I didn't get that far.
When do you think they could at least start? You think right before the end of winter? Start of
Well, I'm
winter, I
sure
should
that
say.
they would probably be able to do it before that. I mean, I think it would be really beneficial to get started on it now so we don't have the problem with the leaves.
Mhm.
I mean, that would be a thing.
Okay. All right. If you can, ask them to start as quickly as possible.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Okay. All right. So the motion is to approve the proposal submitted by Gutter Guys and Gals LLC at a cost of $2,664. Um, with with a provision that they also provide extenders for two downspouts. And was there a measurement to that, to those downspouts?
2 to 3 feet.
2 to 3 feet?
That's the length.
Okay.
These are seamless too. I'm sure they can do this in one day.
Oh yeah, this is about a half day job because there's no cuts to it. You put them, you make them, hold them up, away you go, downspout. Half day job, straightforward.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. All right. Any other questions or comments? All right. Hearing none. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Wright,
This is for the motion to accept the proposal from the gutter guys and gals, correct?
Correct.
I vote yay.
Commissioner Hutchins,
Yes.
Commissioner Carl,
Yes.
Commissioner Earl, yes, and Chairperson DeSessa.
Yes.
Motion's passed.
Motion passed. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Excellent. Thank you all. We will work on getting RFPs, but this is good proposal. So thank you, Madam Manager. Next item is to discuss the plastic spring coil toys to the Village of Holly Parks Department. I know we did discuss this at the last meeting, and you can see in your packet again the information that the manager provided for us. Now, these are not the ones that we have in our box or at our site, but at least you can kind of see what they look like and the prices that we're getting. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our manager so she can elaborate a little further on this matter. I don't know if we can take any action on this item yet, since we don't really know the price that we paid for these things. Unless the commission wishes to come up with a figure, we can do that. Madam Manager?
Um, last month I had brought information regarding the heavy aluminum or whatever.
Metal.
Flint.
Mhm.
So Commissioner Hutchins asked me to come back with information on the plastic toys. I did not find any on the internet that resembled what we currently have. So I did copy these 3 different styles. And they range in price from $786 to $536. Commissioner Hutchins also said he had spoken to DPW Director Brian Clausen and was going to have him look in some of the catalogs and that he has to see if there's anything comparable to what we already have or that might be cheaper or different in cost. So I don't know if the commission might choose to wait for that information from DPW Director Clausen, or if you want to just go ahead and come up with a price that you feel would be. I don't believe the items that are in the garage at the beach have ever been used. I don't think they've ever been installed in the ground at all. But they have been there a while. So
Why didn't we install them? Just a quick question. Why weren't they installed?
I have no idea.
And is there any reason we wouldn't want to use them ourselves?
I think it has been that they're not as safe as some other equipment.
Do we have pictures?
Of the other ones, of our current ones.
Mhm.
I did not take it. It's more of a actual, at least from what I remember, it's more an actual horse type, right? Horse.
Yeah. I think one's a duck and one's a horse.
Is there just 2?
I think there are 2.
Yeah, just 2.
Yeah.
Madam Manager, you had mentioned that they weren't as safe as some of the others that we could potentially get,
Just some,
but they're safer. They're safe enough, right?
not specific to these coils.
Okay.
my understanding is that previously a lot of places took out the coil things, particularly the ones that are very heavy aluminum, because of risk.
Okay.
So
More or less, the old style are illegal.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't meet safety standards for parks and recs.
The village parks commission realizes that and they're okay with that risk.
The two. Let's separate these. We got the old ones. Let's get them out of here. We're talking about the two that we bought that we never installed, have been made up so you don't get the pinch points and the weight, because what kids do is teenagers get on these things, the heavy metal ones, and they try to knock the nose into the ground. That's what breaks the springs. So these are more or less toddler. These are like 5, 6 year old kid spring toys. And they got places that they keep their hands in so they don't get pinched. The springs don't have pinch points and they have actual stirrups you put your feet in. Where some of these that were out there don't even have that.
Mhm.
You see open spring, there's no place
Oh, I see that.
to hold it up with. Well, that's why Clausen, he has some older catalogs. He might be able to come with a price. The only thing I can remember back in my day, 6 years ago when they were bought, was $450 a piece. And that was about 6 years ago. They never got installed because you got to pour a big cement foundation for those. And when we were doing the beach last year, we pulled up all 3 cement or mountings for the old ones. So to put in the new ones, you had to pour new cement because the other ones, they weren't anchored right, so the bolts broke, so you couldn't repair it and pour new cement. And I think the old ones were about this square by about that deep.
Nearly 3 feet deep.
Yeah, yeah, they were.
And we took them out because the bolt heads were still sticking up. So
Yeah.
if anybody ran across there
Yeah.
on their way to the swing set,
Yeah.
you'd step right on.
Yeah,
The amount
it's not safe.
we'd have to pour new mountings and pull the old ones also. And between kids pushing out each other off the raft, which are lifeguards spend a lot of times with the bullhorn, quit pushing kids off the raft, quit throwing mud, and knock it after the kids are too big for the spring toys. So between the spring toys and the rafts and throwing sand, which most kids will do, it was quite an adventure every day. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, Commissioner? Would you prefer to hold off on this, continue to hold off until we get some information from Commissioner Hutchins, or would you like to give some direction to the manager and let her figure this out instead of having to come back and forth?
So still next spring.
Okay.
So it is time sensitive. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna hurry 40 minutes.
Okay. All right then. So what is your pleasure, Commission? What would you like to do here? Just give direction to the manager?
I prefer.
Okay.
Look, the average of the two is $621. Joe commented that he thought we bought them. Yeah, pick a number. The point is, they're worthless to us. I think if you had anything in excess of 450, we should be happy.
Okay.
And I would add, if you make a deal in that vicinity, more the better, but I don't think any of us, certainly I wouldn't stand in the way of anything in that range.
I found that the village was interested at $500 a piece. They showed interest at that. That's all the only comment I can make.
Okay.
Sold.
So the only question that I have, and I'm just looking at Commissioner Wright because I know he's going to do this to me. That's okay. I want this. This is good. Um, Whenever we sell property that belongs to the taxpayers, obviously, or usually we auction it off. or we put it out there for people to bid or whatever. But when it comes to a governmental entity, we can give them first dibs, as they say. But again, I guess the only qualm is that if we do sell it, that we sell it at the market rate, more or less, and that we get a good price, because again, these are the tax dollars. Tax dollars. But so what would you like to do? Go ahead and give this to the manager and let her come back and give us a report and sell them no less than 450 or 500.
I guess there, I have an issue because I mean we don't have legal services, so we can't ask the question. My question would be, although I understand that between governmental entities, we have to sell at fair market rate, right? We're a little bit. It's a different. We're kind of a interesting dynamic here because Holly Township includes the village,
Mhm.
so the village taxpayers already purchased these through the township. So I just want to make sure that there's no, I don't want to say double dipping, but I, for me, we're not using them. They're no good to us. I say sell them for $1. I mean, we have to sell them for something. So, but like I said, we don't have the legal. We more than likely can't do that for some reason. But that would be what I would think because it is such a special situation because our taxpayers are the same.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Understand. So why don't, since there is no hurry
right.
to do something like this, let's sit back. Let's see if we can get some more information, and then hopefully by then we'll have some legal. If not, we can do our own research and figure this one out, and then come back. And
And while we're on the item of spring toys, we
Okay.
have 4 or 6 old ones that we can't use. And the village is going to have a auction. And Brian Clausen said that we could enter those into their auction and the check would be made out to the Polly Township Parks. Now, Mary and her checking out stuff found what the old antique toys are worth.
Very
We
expensive.
have a platform to work on. So
Mhm.
what they're going for on the average is some of them need parts, some of them got broken springs, some of them don't, and you're against the law for us to use. But she found out that here's what these old buggers are because people are putting them up in their yards or making swings on them with chains. So at least we know what we saw other ones for because the auction's coming up. We get them out of our beach storage.
Okay.
And me and Mary can work with that with Brian Clausen. The auction gets ready. They'll list them and she can show him what they want for them on Facebook or wherever else or eBay with the antique ones are going. They're all aluminum.
Okay.
So that's another end of the spring toy saga. Let's get rid of the other ones too.
Amen.
Yes. Okay. All right then. So we're gonna hold off on these two things so we get some more information for several issues.
We'll table this.
We will table. Okay, we're gonna table this. Is that a motion, Commissioner Hutchins?
Yeah.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
there is no. It just
There's
says
no action.
discuss.
Yeah, there is no. That's what I like when you correct. Thank you. And I mean that, Commissioner. Please, anyone here, help me, please. Yes. So we don't need to table or anything. We just won't take any action, okay?
Yeah.
Because the motion does not require any kind of action.
Exactly.
Okay, very good. So we'll just kind of direct the manager. We'll hold off on this till further notice. We'll do a little bit more research on tax issues, and then when the time comes to auction off the other spring to equipment toys, then that would be a different matter. Okay. Okay, very good. Any other comments or questions before I move on? No? Okay, excellent. All right, moving on to new business. Item A, approve 1,950 for 2 part-time temporary staff to remove invasives and repair and repaint picnic tables at Sorensen Park for 2 months, 9 hours per week. So I'm going to turn this over to our manager so she can explain a little further. Madam Manager?
Debbie and Paula are employees who were at the beach, and their term is ending at the beach. Zach, our other employee, has been away. He's possibly coming back next week. But another thing has come up where SISMA, the Cooperative Invasive Species Management Area through Oakland County, they may be inactive for a while. According to Commissioner Hutchins,
I know.
the village received a notice that they are on pause, but we ourselves have not received notice. I had spoken to an employee of Oakland County who said he worked out here as part of a SISMA team. I don't even think it was last year. I think it was previous year. And he understood that SISMA is no longer right now. So I think it's more important that we have these 2 employees to help with invasive removal. Right at this particular time, the black swallowwort pods are out. They are like a very thin lime green, easily identifiable right now, and they hold hundreds of seeds, and they are just like milkweed, where they have that fluffy type thing, and they just disperse. The bittersweet right now are little green seeds that can be trimmed if you could reach them. But shortly, they are going to turn orange, and then the orange peel will come off, and the seed itself. There are like 4 or 5 seeds in each individual seed. And so, in just a small amount, you can have hundreds of new sprouts coming up next spring. So I just think it's really important that we try to get ahead of some of these things. In addition, at the later part of the beach, they did rehab the tables at the beach, and they had finished that project. And Mel has looked at our existing tables that are under the pavilion and at the picnic area here, and they are in really rough shape. And so we thought that, having our staff work on those and getting them rehabbed in preparation for spring would be a good thing. And that as the weather gets worse, he might be able to pull them into the garage and actually work on them in the garage, where it's a little bit easier to work without the cold and the rain.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do think that the possibility, when I originally had thought about this, I had thought that possibly they could come during the time that Zach was gone. But when I had put that out in a email, I didn't get any response. So this, is now coming before you. I think it might be stretching it to say that they might be able to work for 2 months, because I think our colder weather is possibly going to get here sooner than that. And they might choose not to work that length of time unless they can work in the garage. But, that would be up to them. By that time as well, the pods and the seeds might already be down. So I just think that if the commission is willing, at least for 1 month, it would be very beneficial to us to have them working on the invasives and the picnic tables. I would gear more to the invasives right now and the picnic tables after they've done quite a bit of that.
Okay. So just for our viewing public, because I'm sure when you say the word invasives, obviously I think of some sort of monster coming out of the ground and invading our plants. But these are vines, correct? That
They are.
mm,
They are correct. The swallowwort is actually a very uh, thin. You would not picture that they would be that harmful, but they actually twine around each other, and that gives them more strength. And I was here probably about 5 years ago. We had planted some seedlings, and they had gotten up quite tall, like pine trees. They were looking
oh
more
wow.
like trees, and three had wound together, and they were literally pulling this pine tree right over. I mean, it was amazing. I was like, oh. But the bittersweet is actually as more of a problem because it grows up into the canopy of the trees. And all along, it's wrapping around the stems and the limbs of the tree, and they're literally choking the tree. And so the sooner that we're able to get them off of the trees, the better, and to prevent any new sprouts from coming.
Okay. And we have done some removal, correct?
We have,
We've done some.
but
We had a bee incident.
we have 93 acres,
Yes.
and believe me, there's a lot of it here.
Mhm. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Commissioner Hutchins?
I would like our manager to, oh, Patrick, his email that he had sent to the village so we know what we stand.
Okay.
Because Patrick is the head of city, more or less. And he gave that to the village, but he bypassed us.
I'll contact him.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. He's in very good relations with us too. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's very
I'm
good.
sure they're very busy notifying a lot of the municipalities.
Yeah, especially Patrick. If you get to work with him, he's very nice, very knowledgeable, very, very good. Okay. All right. So is there a motion to consider this request?
I have a comment.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Carl.
Based on Manager Blanchard's assessment, 93 acres, it's extensive. I question if two people, 36 hours for 2 months, double it, now we're at 72, what impact are they going to have?
I totally understand.
Um, and we're talking about monies that we've not budgeted for this. I just wonder if we're kind of barking up a tree. Um, I think our obligation is to the public. Um, Last meeting, I proposed we extend the beach during August. That would serve the public, and it was not approved. It was approximately the same amount of money, $1,900. So I would question if this would be a good resource of our funds, since we too have not budgeted. Is there a community group that we could reach out to um, that they might do it free of charge?
I don't believe there's a community group.
I said that, but I mean like a group,
I
No, we
have
did
Boy
ask.
Scouts,
I
Girl
have reached
Scouts.
out to ASP, which is, I'm not sure exactly who they're through. I don't think they're through Oakland County, but they had come at the beginning of the summer and helped us at the beach
Mhm.
do the cleanup. I did reach out to them. I heard back from James Kessel, and he had told me that they are now booking into November.
Mm.
So by that point, as far as the invasives and even the picnic tables, I think that would be too late. I don't know how easily identifiable invasives could be for the general public um, to do in November with that type of a thing. But I certainly would be welcome to invite people of the public if they would like to do an invasive removal, then we could schedule that. I would be happy to, and actually James could also put that out on our social media, that we could schedule, that type of thing, maybe even once a week until, that. But I know through my work with Headwaters Trails and also with Blue Heron Headwaters Conservancy that it's difficult to get volunteers. And a lot of groups, they have their own projects that they're working on and not necessarily having time to help, another group. So,
I guess the only other comment that I would make, and I understand what you were saying, Commissioner Carl, but I think to me, this is a little different in that it will help, uh, it'll help us to keep our trees alive, because these invasives can get really bad, and you see them right now, and they will destroy them. And I'm not saying that 2 months is going to get rid of everything for 93 acres, but it's something. And we've had volunteers come in, and unfortunately they got stung by bees. And
that's true. Thanks for bringing that up.
yes,
I have to add that to my report.
yes, yes, we have to thank them, and of course, and Commissioner Hutchins too for helping us to get rid of the bees. I think he got stung himself. Did you get stung by the bee? No?
They like
Oh, okay. What a surprise. But
like
mhm, mm.
you want to get ASP out here, you got to go out 3 months ahead. Because, like she said, they're already booked till November. So if we want them in April or something, like beach cleanup, we better get on their thing right now. Because that's how the village does. Village Parks goes out 6 months ahead of time, talks to ASP, and they give us because it's rain or shine that day. You better be there. So ASP, the shortest time allowance I've ever seen is 3 months. So you go out 6 months if we get to be number one.
Well, the other thing is if not to deal with the invasive, the other important thing, and they've done a really good job at the beach, and that's to do the painting and cleanup of our picnic tables. And I know the ones here at Sorensen Park, they do need some cleanup. And it would be nice to at least see those match what we have at the beach. I know we've got um, high compliments for the work that they did at the beach this past year.
How many? There are two tables. Anybody? How many tables, picnic tables?
Oh my God, no, we have
There's
quite a few.
Up here?
there's what 6 in the pavilion and
Oh,
corner, one over here.
Oh,
It all adds up.
yeah,
The biggest thing is wintertime we can work in a pole barn. They just replace the boards because what we used to do when we got done mowing, we have to mow at the beach for leaves for the whole month of November. So guess where we leave the zero turn mower for the winter? At the beach. So that gives you more room to work it because we got a lot of room in the pole barn to work on stuff.
so if not for the invasives, and we could probably ask our manager to start that process to ask for assistance for, is it AS, what is ASP? Uh, but but at least to do the tables, which they do need to be, they do need painting, do need repair.
So you're suggesting maybe instead of
Well, this is both. This says to do both. This says to do both. But I'm saying prioritize the tables. I would leave the amount because it's such a small amount. Um, unless the commission wishes to go uh, lower, we can do that just to paint the tables and have them ready for the summer.
I think with our new social media, we can put a quiet help out to the public. 4-H might want to come out and do invasive removal. Maybe the science teacher at the high school talks about invasives and pollution and everything else. We get a gang of people out here to do something. Like, because one time we wanted to spread, I think it was 20 ton of sand at the beach. So we put out a flyer back in the day. And people showed up with their kids with shovels and rakes, threw all that sand everywhere, did it in one day. So we didn't have to take the tractor down there.
And everybody contributed, and we had like
Yep.
some ownership.
Picture taken and lots of thanks. It was it ended up being a family affair.
Yeah.
Kids are looking for stuff to do right now, so they can say, "Look what I did."
Well, I know, and I understand what you're saying, but I know the manager has very hard to get volunteers, and it's not been successful. We've spoken to a few groups to come help with the invasives, and like I said, that one group that did come and were bitten by bees.
But even though they had that issue,
Mhm.
they
They kept going.
they waited half an hour
Mhm.
for things to settle down. Then they went back out and got a lot of work.
Okay. All right.
Program aftershave bees this time of year.
We
Yeah, because it draws your makes your pheromones advanced. Because they came after Tom. Day one came after me because Tom was swatting. I got away from Tom because I don't use aftershave this time of year.
Okay, I think I hear where we're heading on this one. It doesn't look like we want to do anything at this time. We'll simply direct the manager to see if she can get more volunteers to assist us with these two items. And if she's unable to, then she will bring it back and we'll discuss this further. Is that what I hear from everyone, or should if someone think differently? If someone wishes to place the motion? Okay, hearing none, then that is what we will do. Okay, so Madam Manager, you have direction. Okay, moving on to item number B. Can I just say one more thing before I do move on to item number B? No action was taken on item A, Madam Secretary. I won't even say that it's postponed or anything. It's just no action. So it died for lack of action. Is that the correct terminology? Okay. All right. Very good. Moving on to item B, approve pre-buy for propane for winter 2025-2026 for the Nature Center at Sorensen Park. Madam Manager, do you have some information on this?
We received in the mail a postcard, and you'll see on your sheet up in the corner, Hamilton's Propane, that is our current supplier. This came to us and I showed it to Commissioner Hutchins. So estimating that if we were paying the 189 for the pre-buy at 800 gallons, that would come to $1,512. I did not, I don't know how many gallons we use per year, so I don't know how accurate that is. But if you look down under Parker Propane, when I went on their website, they have a cost of $1,599 for a first fill of a tank. And we would need to have them bring a whole new tank in order to use their services. And the same would be for Ford Propane, Oakland Fuels. They do have a cost of $159.9 per gallon. And I'm assuming that that is for the first fill up. But they also would need to bring a whole new tank, and there is no fee to switch the tanks. My own personal experience has been that if you change carriers, that sometimes the carrier that you're leaving is not always very quick to come and pick up their old tank. So we may be able to get a new company to install a tank. It might take a while for the old tank to be removed.
Now, I found dealing with propane is if you have to use X amount of percent, so many gallons a year, so they don't charge you rental on the tank. I don't know how that is. I had a 125 gallon tank north, and there's a gauge on that tank out there that tells you the percentage of gas you have.
Right.
So if they filled that last year at 80%, you're down to 20%. That gives you an idea how much gas. That's the gas gauge on the tank. So you can figure out how much gas you use a year. That's why there's a tank gauge. They don't fill them 100%. You have to have room for expansion. They might fill. It's going to be cold out. Maybe 90%. Usually about 85 is the cutoff. So no more than 85% in the tank. And that's what I found. I didn't use enough propane one time, and the propane people charged me rental on my tank. So we used more propane after that.
But generally, you're filling up
Yeah.
once, twice, 3 times during the course of a winter.
See, I only fill up once a year because I have a small camp. So after so many gallons, they have to give you so many gallons, sell you so many gallons to make a profit. So they don't charge you rental on the tanks. And like you say, it took them a while to pick up the other tank.
Mm.
I discontinued my service with the propane company. And I think that's a 500 gallon tank
Yes.
size of it.
I have no idea.
Yes.
Like I say, the gauge is on there. You look lit up. Watch out for wasps. They love to live down there. And it'll tell you what percentage you got left.
Madam Manager,
Yes, sir.
the Parker propane,
Mhm.
how much, do they have a fee to switch the tanks?
No.
To bring in their own tank? No?
Oh, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
Yes.
did not ask them that. I thought you were looking at the last one.
So they would need to bring their own tank. So I'm pretty sure there'll be well, I would think that there would be a fee. I shouldn't say that. There could be a fee.
One question,
Mhm.
more question rather. The current supplier, you have the price of $1.89 times by 800 gallons. Where did you get the 800 gallon?
I was only going for looking at what the cost would be comparative to that 1,599 of Parker,
Okay.
to try and get an idea of how many gallons, because they don't actually list how many gallons is in that
Right.
first fill.
I guess my question is, how did you come up with the 800 gallons? You said that.
I was only trying to get a estimate that would be similar
Okay.
to what Parker had,
Okay.
just so you would have an idea of how many gallons that actually would come out.
Yeah, because they're saying they have 500 up on the
Right.
top. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
If you call Hamilton's, because we've been there for years, they can tell you how many gallons we used a year for the last 10, 15 years that we've been with Parker or with Hamilton. So you call them, they'll tell you how many gallons we used a year.
Well, I could do that,
'Cause
but
the only thing,
I will admit I did this just today. So just so you'd have information.
the only thing we're heating here with gas is we don't have a water heater. So what we're firing is 2 furnaces. That's it for the gas.
Well, I will say that because I have a similar style house, this is not energy efficient at all. So it would not surprise me that we're using more gas than what we.
That might be something we can work on later.
So that's why we have 2 furnaces too, so we can turn one down. That's why you run the fan, is to bring the heat down, because cathedral ceilings are expensive to heat or cool.
Mhm.
So I reverse my fans in the summer and winter, and I just got 8-foot ceilings. I saved quite a bit on electric and my AC and my gas. I saved almost probably 15%, which ain't bad, you know, utilities, just by running a fan.
So, Madam Manager, for Parker Propane, is it $1 $59 per gallon? And
No,
no?
that their first fill is for filling the whole tank.
I see. Oh,
That
so
one.
you were trying to do the comparison. That's going back to
What
that.
is it
Gotcha.
after that gallon? That's what we got to look at. 'Cause like
Mhm.
right here it says 3x4 grams, $1.89 per gallon. Cap report price at 209 per gallon. But that's for the 500 gallons. So this isn't kind of apples to apples. What I don't like about Parker is it's saying here, we need to bring your old tank. What? We're supposed to take our 500 gallon tank up to Parker and
Yikes.
have them fill it?
Jeff,
What?
it means that they have to come
And
take
they're going to
the
bring their
fill,
own.
bring
Oh,
a
that's what it says here.
Yes.
That's what it says here.
Yes, they said they would need to bring their own tank. So they're gonna change and
Parker
replace.
to bring their tank and switch out our tank. Like it says in the next one.
I think they're saying the same.
It's the same thing, I think.
Mhm.
We're just it's the same, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's no fee to switch.
Then how much is it a gallon after the first fill up? That's what you got to look at. They're stating it's only going to be $1.59 per gallon for the first fill.
again. I just did this
Yeah.
today. I just went on the internet. I did call them and ask about the tanks. I didn't ask them specifically what their gallon price was.
All I know is when we used to have on top of our tank, we never ran out of gas. We never had a second fill. Because we're only running two furnaces for two different thermostats. So if you want it warmer in the offices, because you don't use the great room that much, where you can open the doors and turn the fan on and spread the heat. I don't ever remember of running out of paint.
And I think that we have been with them for a very long time, Hamilton's.
Yep.
I don't necessarily see a reason that we need to change. But I was just giving you comparison,
Yeah.
so you would have something to go by.
Okay.
Manager, how do we know how many gallons we have left in the tank we have now?
No, we don't. We don't. We'd have to go back and ask.
I don't think we have enough information to.
When's the deadline on the Hamilton's?
The 26th. Yes. 26th.
That's the date that you have to complete. If you hang on a second, I can go get the card.
What's been covered?
Must be purchased by September 26th.
Right.
So it's coming right up.
I'm sure our invoices state usage.
Yeah, like I say, we've been buying. They can go. You can call up Hamilton and say how many gallons do we use here and what percentage is it?
Well, we're
They say
not.
They don't fill it up 100%. It isn't like going to the gas station, filling up your car to full.
Right.
So I've never had to do this. Thank God. But I mean, it seems that Hamilton is a company that we worked for a long time. They've done a good job, and their price is a little higher than Ford.
Everybody else's price is for the first fill.
That's right. You're right.
That's a pineapple. We got
You're right.
pineapples.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a good
so
point.
if you look under pre-buy program,
Mhm.
the second line down, it says must be purchased by September 26, 2025, or while supplies last.
Yep. That's a good line. We always got it. That's why we always do it this time of year.
Mhm.
Our pre-buy.
Okay. So you don't happen to know how many gallons we have, do you?
Would you like to go out with me right now and look at the propane tank and see how much we have?
Let's have recess.
Okay, let's do a few recess. I'm wearing perfume, so I'm not gonna go out there.
Has anybody got some aftershave?
Okay, with that, let's take a 5-minute recess, please. Is there a motion, please?
Make the motion to recess for 5 minutes.
Okay. Is there a support, Commissioner? Okay, Commissioner Wright and Commissioner Carl. Very good. To recess for 5 minutes. Okay, and it is
Voice.
7:35.
Voice.
Voice, I just want to say it's 7:35, so we'll come back real quick. All right, voice, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Okay, I'm staying here
So,
because I've got perfume on. All right. Please turn your mics on, everyone. Okay, we are back. I understand someone got attacked by a frog. Okay, Madam Manager, a report. What did you learn? Where are we?
Commissioner Hutchins lifted the lid on the propane tank, and it showed that we are currently at 75% capacity in our tank. There's a fill mark at 20%. And so we have plenty of propane at this point. Joe does not remember any time that we have run out of propane in the past.
Okay. I think it's still good for us to do this because it saves us in terms of the price per gallon, if anything, and when we do buy them, because it will go up if we don't. Gas always goes up. Um, okay, so our motion is to approve a pre-buy for propane for winter at Sorensen Park. Is there a motion that anyone wishes to make to at least continue with Hamilton's propane in order to reserve this $1.89 per gallon?
So I have a question.
Please.
So we're at 75% full currently. The minimum purchase is 500 gallons for the pre-buy. Would that be in that range?
Nope. Not even close. Nope. So like I say, yeah. And then the biggest thing is if you're going to change propane dealers, you run your tank down low. Because when I sold my property up north, the people didn't want to continue with the contract I had. So I gave the propane company probably a couple $100 worth of free propane because they don't take it back and, yeah, recirculate. Yeah. So they took that tank and dropped it out with somebody else's. So they got double dipped on my tank. So I lost about $200 worth of propane.
I guess I just mean, so if we purchase it, we just have to use it. Is this mean delivery? So we have to use it by April. We would have to purchase 500 and then have it delivered by April.
And you thought that it's possibly a 250-gallon tank.
I think that's a 250. I don't think it's a 500. They could tell you. Hamilton's to tell you how many gallon tank that is.
Well, they have another program here. It's called the Cap Price Protection Program, where it's $2.09 per gallon. And this one we have to do an upfront payment of $50, which guarantees our price. It's non-refundable. But if the price is below the cap price at the time of the delivery, we will receive a lower price. Or should we just see what happens?
We've always bought the pre-buy because that's what we always did. Even for our guy, when we have to rebuild the place, they always did the pre-buy. I don't know why. There's nobody ever had a handle on how much do we use every year. Hamilton's would know because they come out and keep it filled at 85%.
Well, it says minimum purchase of 500 gallons.
So maybe that's a question that we can just ask Hamilton, like, would we use 500 gallons before April 30th?
What I could do is call them tomorrow and ask how much our average has been. And then I could contact you by email if you would like to make a motion possibly to say I would approve up to X number of gallons.
Oh, we can't do that.
Go from there.
No, we can't. It's not legal. Sorry.
Okay.
The only thing we can do is we can give you direction now and say we can do a straw vote perhaps or straw poll and you can tell us. I guess the direction would be to direct the manager to purchase propane and based on her research. And if it's this amount, then we'll go with this, or if it's lower, then we'll go with this. We can't. Unfortunately, we can't vote like you're suggesting.
I need some clarification.
Okay.
If we've had this tank filled for a year, it was a year ago. Well, then the minimum purchase is 500 gallons. If that's a 250 gallon tank, if we only use 20%, we've used 50 gallons in
A few months.
a few months.
Well, they filled it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's more than a few months. Well, I'm saying,
Okay,
yeah.
so
And
here
if that's a 500 gallon,
But here,
means we've
Mary's
used
gonna
100.
give it. Mary's gonna give us the information.
Okay.
we have a delivery date of March 12th, 2025. They delivered 238.7 gallons. February 2025, they delivered 189.3. January 22nd, 2025, they delivered 231.9. And that was at a cost of either 229 or 189. They have both numbers listed there where they were 189.
I know they come up more than once a year, but they'll just keep tapped up.
So
We are 400 gallons.
yeah.
Mhm.
That clarifies. Thank you.
Yeah, so I guess we.
I know where you were going. What?
Yeah.
Okay, so
The only
okay,
thing I don't know
Motion?
is if they had any increase after the March.
yes, there's a motion. Okay, does anyone any other comments or questions? We ready for a motion? Commissioner Crowell?
I don't think we have enough information to even discuss Parker or Ford. We've had a relationship with Hamilton's. We understand that more completely. I make the motion that we participate once again with their pre-buy program
For Hamilton?
for Hamilton propane, securing the $89.9 price per gallon.
Is there a support? Okay. All right, supported by Hutchins. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Can I clarify that?
Yes.
I may be wrong, but I believe when you do purchase this, do you have to specify like a minimum amount or any kind of amount of how many gallons you're actually going to purchase with that pre-buy?
I don't know. Our manager always took care of that.
Well, it says minimum purchase of 500 gallons. It doesn't say that you have to buy it at one time. You could buy it, separate, separate months, every other
I'm not
month.
sure about that.
But if it was, looking at your receipts, do you feel like we could come up with an average of, like I could
At least 500.
numbers? You could,
I actually think probably doing how much used.
that's what I meant. Yeah. Or either I count. Yours. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But Mr. Stewart,
It's a B. There it is. I know. We get those quite a few. They're coming in. I don't know where.
did you see it in the white basket? Would you see
What did you see? We want to make sure. Yeah, I picked up 5 yesterday. Just yeah. Mhm.
it? If we committed to this, And we have to do it by September 26th.
We don't meet until October.
Is that to say that we're committing to 500 gallons for what period?
It does not say. It just says the minimum purchase is 500 gallons, must be purchased by September 26th or while supplies last.
And delivered by
And-
the 30th of
Right.
April, so that's the
Yes.
period of time. The
Right.
last delivery would be
April 30th, 2026, next year.
Okay, so this was from delivery date December 4th, 2024 through delivery date May 29, 25. There was a total of 1,211 gallons.
Oh, okay.
That one delivery?
No,
Multiple,
Six.
almost on a monthly basis.
only 200.
Well, I think that's pretty close to what on average. Those are cold months.
yes.
See, we give that program, they monitor that, so they know what our use, they can say, okay, in 60 days, we're gonna have to go make a delivery. Be down to 40%, where else?
And April is about the time when spring comes around and it's not as cold. Please, Lord.
So
Okay, so the motion right now on the table is to is made by Commissioner Carl to approve Hamilton's propane pre-buy program at $1.89 per gallon. And this was supported by Commissioner Hutchins.
Did you want to give an amount of gallons or no?
Well, we have to follow whatever they say here.
but if we use about 200
Mhm.
gallons for 6 months, and maybe we're not going to in April or March,
1,211.
Yeah, no, we're going to use it. We're going to use it.
right? Divided by 6 months, because those are 6 months of usage, right?
But I
Said
think
made it-
this pre-buy thing is for the amount that you use.
Through
You can purchase any amount, but I think you have to say how much you are going to pre-buy.
That's what I agree. So if we can say that we used approximately 200 gallons a month, approximate, about 1,000 gallons, or about, didn't you say?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what I don't personally I don't think we need to
But if they ask for the gallons, we need to give the manager direction as to how many gallons.
that's correct.
So if we purchase 900 gallons or 1,000 gallons, that should take us through April
Mhm.
because that's the last delivery.
Mhm.
Correct?
Good point. But good point, Commissioner. Very good. Yes, I agree. All right, so minimum of 1,000 or 1,200. What'd you say? To purchase up to 1,200.
I can call them and confirm that they think that that's how much we could use before we commit to it, but I will, I would say 1,000 would probably.
1,000. Okay, so let's go with 1,000. All right. Okay. All right. So the motion will read to approve pre-buy for propane for winter 2025-2026 for Nature Center at Sorensen Park of the contractor Hamilton's Propane Inc. at a cost of $1.89 per gallon. This is their pre-buy program, and to purchase a minimum of 1,000. Is that correct? Gallons. Okay.
A maximum of 1,000 gallons?
Yes. Yes, I thank you that. Thank you for that correction. Yeah, maximum 1,000. Should we put that limit? Yes.
Yeah.
You want to? Okay, then maximum of 1,000. All right then. Um, any other questions or comments? Thank you, everybody. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Commissioner Wright,
Point of Clarification, Madam Chair, I
Yes.
apologize.
No,
You have to
no.
put the amount of money that we're authorizing.
Okay, so I said this is a $1.89 per gallon. So if we multiply this by 1,000, that would be
1,890
1,000. Very good. Very good
minus,
point.
hey, we don't pay sales tax, correct?
No, we don't. Okay. Okay, so going back to the motion then, let me make sure let me change the motion. Okay, so the motion would read approve pre-buy for propane for winter 25-26 for the Nature Center at Sorensen Park with the contractor Hamilton's Propane Inc. And their pre-buy program, which is $1.89 for a minimum of 1,000 gallons at a cost of $1,890. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Thank you for catching that. Sorry, I appreciate it. Okay. Having heard any more comments or questions from anyone? Nope. Okay. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Commissioner Wright,
Point of clarification, Madam Chair, I apologize
No,
for
please.
these interruptions,
No.
but there was a motion made by Commissioner Carl.
Oh,
He needs to rescind that motion.
that's right. Or you can not rescind, but he can
Amend.
amend. Would you be willing to accept that amendment to add the 1890?
Accept.
Okay. And the same? Okay. All right. We'll note that the motion was amended to include the price of $1,890. Excellent. Okay. Now we can do the roll call. No, I'm glad you do this. It's important. Okay.
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchins, Commissioner Carl,
Yes.
Commissioner Earl, yes. Chairperson DeSessa.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I appreciate this because we do care about our taxpayers. We want to make sure we get everything as best we can. Okay, so next is item number C, approve new lighting fixtures. I hope I got this right, at Holly Township Beach at a cost not to exceed $350. Um, so I know that there was some issues regarding lighting that was brought to attention by Commissioner Carl, and the price is a big estimate. So there could be another figure if he's showing us something different. But okay. Oh, you're looking at that. Oh, okay. So yeah, it looks like a lot cheaper. Okay. All right. So let's talk about these lights. Why is there urgent need for these lights?
This was modification. The lights have on the east west side of the beach house are antiques. They utilize a gas bulb. No,
No gas bulb.
they're not LED. I'm proposing that we switch to an LED for cost savings. Secondly, the dusk to dawn functioning is not functioning properly on the two lights. They're on 24/7 right now, which has cost
Electricity.
electricity. And I'm recommending that we change those out to these LED fixtures, which are dusk to dawn. I'm very certain, given the output, that will certainly light up the water side of that building and towards the parking lot.
Okay. So, and you're looking to purchase two, correct?
Two.
Okay. And
Tax, I believe we're looking roughly 212,
200,
let's say $250.
215. I'm gonna say 225 just in case. Delivery fees or anything. We may be able to get free delivery if we order it right away. Okay. Comments, questions? Yes, Commissioner Hutchins.
Since I was bringing up, of course, thinking around every 30 years, the antique fixtures that are out there. Three. One on the bathroom, one on the bedroom, and one on one side. Gotcha. Those used to be mercury vapor lights, ballast-in, and big gas bulb. I, in my infinite wisdom, scrapped all that out in a light socket and got LED bulbs, 60-watt equivalents, to screw in there at $1 a piece. And it cut down our light bill, our electric bill down there humongous. The light that's stuck on, there's only one light that's stuck on, because I watch those lights right now. One comes out of the thing on the battery because it leaves in the tree. And all of us last night, all the lights were on. The one facing the driveway, the sodium, all it needs is this thing right here, to about 20 to 30 bucks. And that will fix that sodium light. That sodium light was bought and put up. It was on the other side of our shack. When everything got changed around, we put it on this. All the other lights, this one stays on. One sodium stays on all the time because it needs a new
Sensor?
twist in. We got a mount to the north. 20, it hurts 20, 25.
For sensor?
Now these new LEDs,
Mhm.
my neighbors are scratching. When the transformer or all the electronics and the stuff goes on this, it's thrown away. There's no repair. Because it costs too much to repair it. Instead, he's getting quite a few of these in the square. People have bought. Don't last. We have an LED one right out here right now. You know, where they're using. Like I say, the antique ones out there, maybe you should get those free and repurpose them. Anybody wants them, I got 5 in my garage attic. Like one in your yard, you can take it home, plug it in, it only costs pennies a month to run that light. Because they went from the old style lights to sodium, and then now they're up to LED. Like I say, these you can't replace the parts. Ultimately, it was unscrewable. In fact, the bulbs that are in the pavilion and the one that's antique one that's on the other side of the shed and on that, those bulbs have been in there for almost 4 years at a buck a piece. Yeah, one goes bad, I keep getting these free light bulbs. I just go in there and say, oh. So it's all I guess what you want to do.
So it looks like we just need a sensor. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got a sodium in my house, and I've had to replace this apparatus. I believe it was in the 30s occurred, but that's a lot cheaper than what?
As we sit right now, we'll get a case of whole barn has one on the front, one on the back. It hasn't been working right for 3 years. I never got a chance to get up, take them apart because you've got a ballast transformer there. Ballast transformers are running between $50 and $80. Ballast transformers bid. You have the bulb, which is about 40 to 60 bucks, so there's 100 bucks. You have 12 dollars. So what I was going to do was I was going to go up there and take one down and change it over to my cheap LED. Doesn't hardly burn it. You don't have a transformer, ballast transformer. You don't have a gas bulb. So we went to solar cheaper than mercury vapor. And now LED is cheaper to run, costing to replace. And it's going to be really hard. You can't get parts for a mercury vapor light nowhere.
Those are dangerous.
40 years old. That's why I got it. Changed the socket. Got the sockets for nothing. Wired in. Went to Walmart, bought 4 bulbs for $9. Now I get the bulbs for free to replace them. So those have been in there for 4 years. Never burned out. And the ones in the bathrooms, the ones that are hanging on the ceiling, LEDs, they've been in there same length of time. 4 years. Never burned.
Okay, so
So things on the but they work.
let's try Commissioner Hutchins' recommendation to see if that works. If it doesn't, then we will revisit this matter because lighting is important. It's very important.
So
And
they're official. The new one on this Such
Mhm.
sales before you got turned. Same thing.
I think both of them are faulty.
You look at both of them,
I think the one
UML.
side is 24/7 currently. Of course, parking lot is not 20%.
I went into Rhode during the three antiques up and sewing just been on it and
Okay. All right.
just check stuff building.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and take no. Well, do you want to table this or just take no action?
Question, do we buy one or two of the sensors?
Well, the sensors are so inexpensive.
Well, sensors. These style sensors, and they're smaller ones too, is lightning flashes burn out a photo cell. So if you get direct lightning close, it's going to be hit by lightning. Hit a close enough flash, it'll knock these out. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, they run for years. Years. Usually what happens is stagnant electricity hits the photo cell, takes them out. That's the thing.
So,
A lot of every once in a while you lose. And that's why I think happen that way.
so Commissioner, what are you recommending instead then? And how? And is there a price? Do we need to approve something like this? Just approve? If it's, I'd say less than $100. I think the manager can just purchase them.
Well, we got charged how much? So that's
Mhm. Okay. And I'm sure it'll be less than 100. So,
Yeah, when new sidings put on the beach house,
mhm.
Vince's father-in-law took the light down. I know at that point, this is towards the water, it was continuously on.
yeah, it's so like
So when everything was said and done, now the one parking lot's on all the time. So I don't know if they got switched. Oh,
we had one Sony light, three antiques, 2 3 Sony ones,
all right.
one Sony Tony in. So they got switched. That was on beach side.
That explains it.
It's orange. The other ones are white lights.
All right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So let's, okay, very good. Let's move on. We're going to take no action on this item and just simply direct our manager to purchase new sensors. And that'll be very inexpensive. Okay. So this matter, uh, no action. Okay. Next is item D, my favorite item to talk about, is to discuss Halloween less spooky trail at Sorensen Park.
Less.
Oh, I'm sorry. Halloween less spooky trail. So that means no monsters, no nothing.
No,
Actually, that's one thing
Sure.
that residents with young children appreciate.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes. Yes.
chainsaw,
Oh no.
chains.
Mhm.
And it was scary. That's all you heard speaking screaming. So then we went to Amy and Charlie started our less trail.
Oh, I see.
Strollers.
Halloween less spooky trail.
One gets scared.
Go somewhere. Oh my God. You should see the Pontiac one. Oh, that one's horrifying.
We were well within by the trail again. Lanterns out there, battery lights in them. They hand out hands. Everybody had a really good time.
We're gonna have to revamp our trail because of all the invasive removal here.
Yeah.
So we might have them go off the other direction, but we'll work on that.
Yeah, we've been noticing them. Okay, so discussion here. Again, commissioners, we're just looking for input. We want to do this again, correct? Everybody's in support of this. I wholeheartedly support this. I think this will be so much more fun. And Madam Manager, is there anything else you'd like for us to discuss and any issues that you may have?
Yeah, I actually so busy I haven't even thought about it. Carl brought it up the other day.
Are there dates as to when do we do this?
We have to choose a
Let me
date.
reflect on last year. We had a date signed and it was a little bit closer to Halloween.
Mhm.
And then it got pulled forward and it happened, found out it was homecoming at Holly High School. So
Mm.
we took it from a Friday to, I believe, Saturday, the next day. In my opinion, everything was kind of rushed to get this together because of moving the dates. And I know that we decorated the hill. It started up by the parking lot,
Mhm.
and the kids and came down this path. We had lights. Person that offered to provide those lights because we borrowed them was not contacted. We ended up getting some flimsy one from the dollar store. That was a mess. We had cider here. We had good participation. I was at the top of the hill. I averaged about 3 people per car, some were more. We had approximately 250 people attend.
Nice.
So I think based on that, it's important for us. But reason I brought it up now, it needs planning.
Okay.
And I mean, I think we can make this into one of our dynamic features here. So on and so forth.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So do we need volunteers? Okay. All right.
I will say that last year, the commissioners participated, but also members of the disc golf participated. At least Dave and Laura Lontine and their son played a big role, actually. And I would almost suggest that we open it up to our staff from the beach, if any of them would want to come and actually work that night, because you cannot have too many people at this event. What we had done is we had people stationed throughout the grounds so that as they went on the trail, they could reach in and get candy and treats and whatever. And I would, certainly be approaching businesses and community members and things like that about donations and that. Last year, there had been donut holes and cider. I would suggest that we actually do donuts and approach Holly Donut Shop to provide some, and we can certainly purchase or get others donated. But Holly Donuts was very generous with us with the event that we had, not too long ago, and I would like to approach them because they were very good at it.
Your fryer's pizza and all that is not very.
What's that?
Your pizza slicing.
That went away quickly. Well, I'd be happy to volunteer. I think all of us will be volunteering, and we'll work with you. Okay, so let's Madam Manager, just tell us, and
Would the commissioners be willing to have the staff to come that night?
would we pay them?
Correct.
Okay. Yes, sir. Commissioner.
Uh, Sarah Kenny is doing Hollywood in the village. They're going to donut holes because it's less waste and easier, more to pass out. And Holly Donut Shop is giving them donut holes.
I don't have an objection necessarily to donut holes. I have an objection to giving one donut hole.
I know.
It's
Yeah, I know. We used to do that in Berkeley too. A bunch of donut holes, not just one. Lots of them. Oh, that was a mess.
Be willing to set you to a brainstorm for
Excellent.
Okay, so
I bought a costume.
oh. Okay, so Commissioner Carl, anyone else interested? Hutchins
To volunteer?
to volunteer?
Oh, I'm more than willing to help.
Okay. Okay, so we're all going to volunteer. We're all going to volunteer. So y'all meet together then, and then it's just that we don't when we all meet together, then it becomes a quorum, and we don't want to do that. So
So you do it.
okay, we could do that.
Wait, hearing on the event day?
That's not.
On the event day, we just put a notice that we are like we did the last time. Remember when we had an event? Because we're still we cannot come all together. So we just put a notice that we're attending this event. And that's all. Just let the public know. But yes, we'll have to post it like we did the last time for an event that we remember when we first came together and we had no discussions or anything. It was just a gathering together to get to know each other. And so we just posted that.
That,
Right,
I mean,
right, right. And right, right. And we'll just say that this is an event and the commissioners will be in attendance. And that'll be it.
Yeah, we can find out how the smoke on. Stay away from. I thought we do the 10th or so of October. I felt that was a little early to have a Halloween. Um, because history, our our mothers and fathers, are they actually that time of October certifying what their kids are going to do or eat on Halloween? I don't know. Um, I personally would like to see it moved mid between the 15, 17, 18 before the 31st, maybe the 20th. But again, stay clear of homecoming. We didn't see that one coming.
I think there really chance they're Halloween Saturday before home. I mean, yeah,
The
Does
25th.
anyone have
I have
October
a
25th is the Saturday before.
if they're all together at night.
Here we have October
So
Halloween? It's the 31st,
31st.
Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and theirs is the 25th.
Saturday.
And we bought it. Then Friday, the 24th.
It's going to land right in my head, and I can.
The thing is it too much? I think the 24th is maybe the 27th. No, it's a Monday.
The Saturday is the 25th. Portly, the village is Halloween.
Oh, okay. So the
That would
village.
be it is.
So maybe
See,
there's on the 24th.
see, they start doing the parade downtown for homecoming.
Hmm. Let's see if I can find out. Okay, so let's do this then, because we're running out of time here, and I want to make sure that we stay on track here. Why don't the two of you meet? Take a look at the calendar, give some dates, send them out to us, and we will set up a meeting. And if we have to do a special meeting, we will. Okay? All right then. Thank you so much. I am looking forward to this Halloween less spooky trail. No, Halloween less spooky trail. There you go. Got it. Okay. And I know Commissioner Wright, you'll help us promote this, and we'll start. We could put something out there as soon as we get the date. We'll put the date. Save the date. Okay. Moving right along. Item number E, scheduled meeting date. Now, this is my item. Schedule meeting date for developing a mission statement for Holly Township Parks and Recreation Commission. So, when we first met, one of the very first things we met, I spoke to you all about developing a strategic plan or a goal session. Where are we going in the next 5 years? And one of the things that's missing is is a mission statement. What is our purpose? And I know some of you may already have, but because this goal session, it's a lot of time for everybody, and I don't want to interfere in your personal time. You all are, hardworking people, and I respect your time, especially with your children and your families. So I was thinking maybe we could meet when we normally meet, either an hour before or an hour after. Well, we can meet an hour before or 30 minutes.
I'm only good, and I'm opposed to meeting in it before, for sure. Um, but I just think that really meetings that last much more than 2 hours
Yeah,
are pretty ineffective.
I
So
agree.
if we end up saying we're going to meet ahead of that meeting, then I just feel like we would have to have a very short
So let's,
month.
and that's fine. If we're able to come up with something within 30 minutes, then fine. But if not, we can just keep going. But we need to start. Even if it's just we meet 30 minutes, we'll start. And the first assignment will be come prepared with a mission statement. Everybody come together, come up with a mission statement that you would like to see. And then we will start developing and start coming up with a statement that meets what we're looking for. Okay. This is just it's part of the whole thing, but I'm going to break it up into little pieces is what I'm trying to do. 30 minutes.
Say goals.
Mhm.
Everybody, 5 year part.
Yes.
So
Yes.
sit there and say, basketball courts and whatever else.
That is a good point, sir. I've been looking at that, and I've got to finish it, and that's perfect. But what I'm hoping that we do is something beyond just the park plan. The park plan is one of the goals that we have to accomplish. As a matter of fact, the we have to update it next year for sure. I've got to get the date as to when that has to be done, but the 26 fiscal year 26 is the date we must have it updated by then, before next year.
Master plans. So, you know what? Oh, what?
Mhm.
Yeah, 10 years. Flag. So,
Mhm.
these things, right? Yeah.
Well,
We can't have
no, and that's all I'm recommending for this goal statement. So let's do 30 minutes before the meeting. Um, and let's just we'll meet once a month. And if it's okay with you, Commissioner, can you meet 30 minutes ahead? Because I know we are
Sure. I'm sure I can make that.
okay. So at our next meeting in October, we'll meet 30 minutes ahead of time, which will be 6 o'clock. And because our meeting starts at 6:30. So that's just 30 minutes. So everybody, please come prepared with a mission statement, and we'll do our best. Yes.
Previously posted in the Tri-County that our meetings would start at 6:30. Are we going to have to change that, or is this not happening?
No, this will be open to the public. They can come because it'll be a special meeting. It's a workshop. Yes.
Each meeting, we're going to have to post that in 3 places.
Until we finish. Hopefully this won't take long. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that we do this within a few months. I will come prepared. I will come up with sample mission statements. I will come up with sample goals for you all to consider so that we can all come together. And then you can come up with your own. You'll see something, you'll say, "Oh, this is what I want." Again, just some ideas. But as Commissioner Hutchins said, I will make sure that everybody has a copy of the park plan. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see if we can get this done within 3 months. Okay, it shouldn't take us that long to set up some goals and to set up a mission statement.
Clarity.
Yes, sir.
We are pursuing paying for another 5 year plan.
We're looking at that, but it hasn't been decided. Has not been decided.
when you see, right, and we were record time saved ourselves about $10,000.
Well, we'll see. Okay, but you're right. You're right. Okay, we will look at that, but not yet. Okay, we'll come up with that. All right. So that has been decided. We'll meet next month at 6. So it'll be a special meeting. All right, 30 minutes. Please, please, please come prepared. Next is item number F, which is approve the resolution of support for the Village of Holly regarding the Stiffs Mill Pond. And this is the Holly Mill Pond. And I really want to thank Commissioners Hutchins and Commissioners Wright for doing this. Uh, this is an important matter. Is everybody familiar with what's happening to our mill pond? Yes. Well, we do have the resolution. Yes, we do have a resolution that was put together by Commissioner Wright, and he did an excellent job, by the way. I think he did a great job, so much so that I would like for him to read it so that the people out there can see what it is that we're doing. And I know that our manager as well is staying on top of this, and uh, this will definitely have a big impact on our village. Is there any comment before I ask him to read this, manager? Would you like to say something on this item?
I
Mm.
I using it as the earth universe be preserved. Not only for the aesthetics of it, but also because there is contamination that is known at the bottom of soil in there, and that insurance, and that has been even brought up by the DNR when they had the Village of Holland meeting. So they should not draw down to a point where that is a dangerous.
Okay. Very, very good. I guess for me, I've attended some of the meetings regarding this, and I've heard from some of the folks uh, regarding this issue as well. And as you've said, it's more than just an aesthetic issue because when you go out there and look at it, if you haven't seen it. I mean, our water is starting to. You can see, it's changing, and you'll see a lot more land. And but I think it'll have a bigger impact. And I'm hoping that if we consider this and it is approved, that we send it out, and at least they'll know that as a nature center, we care deeply about our environment and that we care about what happens in our community as it relates to this. And then hopefully through our support, perhaps if the village applies for some grant or whatever they need, they may be able to they may be able to use this as leverage that says, hey, the Holly Township Parks Commission also supports them. Let's consider them. So this is important. Commissioner Hutchins.
Well, I'm sure
Mm. Yes, yes.
over the years, I was at about, yeah, that's why I said that they have us show a letter of resolution, letters to keep the dam. It's recreational and years ago when I was on village council, when we looked at doing drawdowns for Millpond, we talked about the DNR back then about why if we got dropped out, you need to do some dredging of the Millpond. Open it up more. They said, we don't want you touching that. Because battery factory, the cable factory, the panel factory, everything was out in Millpond. Here's it's bad and
Mm.
who wants to stir any of that? So, if you're going to right, surveyor, all this stuff's gonna wash back. The rhythm, the Argentine, the buyer, stuff with Dallas. Matter of the ecology and recreation.
Sorry, guys.
That's why it's important. Really, really.
I'm sorry, excuse me. B was just right in front of me. Okay. All right. With that, Commissioner Wright, please read this important resolution.
Resolution of support for the Village of Hollow regarding Stiff Mill Pond, Hollow Mill Pond. Whereas Stiff's Mill Pond, also known as the Holly Mill Pond, has been a defining feature of the village of Holly and Holly Township for over 185 years, serving as a community landmark, wildlife habitat, and recreational resource. And whereas the dam embankment was rated poor in Eagle's 2017 safety inspection, leading the Village of Holly to take numerous steps in good faith to comply with state requirements, including commissioning engineering reviews, undertaking corrective actions, creating the Holly Mill Pond Dam Committee in 2025, and responding to Eagle's emergency drawdown order in July 2025. And whereas Stiff's Mill Pond continues to play a vital role in the Shiawassee River system and in the recreational and environmental landscape of Holly Township, offering opportunities for fishing, paddling, and enjoyment of the outdoors. And whereas the Village of Holly has initiated the process of pursuing a legal lake level petition with Oakland County, which, if approved, would establish long-term oversight of Stiff's Mill Pond, ensure sustainable management and fairly distributed costs among those who benefit most directly, and whereas the Holly Township Parks Commission recognizes the importance of preserving Swift Mill Pond while respecting the residents and ecosystems it affects, and values transparency, collaboration, and thoughtful planning in addressing these challenges. Therefore, be it resolved that the Holly Township Parks Commission hereby formally expresses the support for the Village of Holly and its efforts to preserve and maintain Stiff's Mill Pond, also known as the Holly Mill Pond, including the pursuit of a legal lake level designation through Oakland County. And be it further resolved, the copies of this resolution shall be transmitted to the Village of Holly, the Holly Township Board of Trustees, and Oakland County representatives as an expression of the Commission's full support.
Excellent. Now, we do have a f- a formal copy of the resolution, and I would like for each of you to please sign this if we approve this. I'm hoping that we have 100% support here. I'm assuming, but if it happens, then you all will each sign, and then we'll ask our manager to distribute it to the appropriate entity so that they can know that we're very serious about this, and this is important for us. And if there's a way that we can support, we certainly will try. Yes, sir, we do. And that's the next thing before we sign anything. Okay, are there any comments or questions? Okay. All right then. Um, yes. Okay. All right. Is there a motion? Okay. Okay. Motion by Hutchins to approve this resolution regarding the Stiffs Mill Pond or the Holly Mill Pond, and that it be sent to the Village of Holly, the Holly Township Board of Trustees, and Oakland County representatives as an expression of the commission's will. Okay. Uh, is there a support for this motion? Supported by Commissioner Carl. Right. All those in favor? Sir?
Madam Chair, I believe we need a roll
Because
resolution.
resolution. All right. All right then. Sorry, Madam Secretary, please.
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchins, Commissioner Carl,
Yes.
Chairperson DeSessa,
Yes.
and Commissioner Earl, yes. Motion passed.
Thank you.
The resolution passed.
So important. We wish the village
And just for the commission's information, I do have also a press release that I will be sending to the local media outlets along with posting on Facebook. So after this meeting.
Hear the voices of men.
Right.
Or
I
So Oakland County Health Department with our water tests. I did take 3 tests in. They all came back non-detect. I believe that Oakland County now feels that our water is clear of bacteria, and they do recommend that we continue to run our hose regularly to keep the water system flushed. The Holly Township Beach is officially closed for the season. Tables have been freshly painted, and in the spring, we will be getting quotes for doing floors in the bathrooms and possibly the shuffleboard courts. But that remains to be seen. At Sorensen, Bedrock Landscaping came to chip the large brush pile on Monday. And to our amazement, they had already finished by this morning. And so all of their equipment has been removed, and we do have significant wood chips, but not nearly as many as what I thought we were going to have. The Village of Holly DPW will be back to organize that area. So there will be designated areas for the residents to be able to access wood chips. Yeah. Sure. Also, where they're going to be storing logs and that in the future so that we do not hopefully end up with as big a mess as we had this past time. Holly Township Parks had an area at Holidays. Lisa, Jane, and I were busy during the entire time helping the children, and Commissioner Hutchins also stopped in. The children did make wands with sticks, ribbon, beads, and yarn that were very popular. Some children also used markers to decorate rocks. And we also passed out candy that had been left from our presentation at the Holly Schools Health and Enrollment Fair. We have had conflicting reports about Oakland County SISMA, that if it's still active or if it is just on pause. At this time, we are not expecting any services until further word. That includes the grant that we just submitted. Our 3 turtles have been making good use of the outside turtle habitat that was built, and they are soaking up the sun's rays to strengthen their shells. Soon they will have new indoor tanks and stands to better accommodate their growing size. We successfully raised and released 3 monarch butterflies from larva through chrysalis and onto the emerging to butterflies. And we hope that they will make it all the way to Mexico. Volunteers from Oakland County Sport Rocket 4-H Club and their families came out and helped to remove a significant amount of bittersweet behind our nature center. We appreciate their help and look forward to any activity they would like in the future. One of the things that they have done is they have released rockets up into the sky, and I did invite them if they would like to possibly use Sorensen Park as a launch area in the future. So I believe that their leader had said that they do that primarily in the winter. And so if that does come about, I will certainly let the residents and our commissioners know. Um, the other thing is I did want to show, I had previously showed this to a prior. This is work that I had done on bittersweet removal just in one afternoon, right from out in front of the nature center. This is a pile of branches that were trimmed just within an hour and a half. And out of this small pile of bittersweet, there were 606 pods. The potential seeds from each small pile was 1,818 up to 3,636. I'm disappointed that the commission decided to take no action because this could have an effect on our park for years to come.
Okay. The give you an update on a couple items here. The social media and website committee met on September 4th for a second meeting. The committee generally discussed the important of maintaining a strong presence again across multiple platforms of social media, including Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. The committee emphasized the value of using each platform differently to reach diverse audiences in the community. Um, the website project is still in process. The committee met with Civic Plus for a full demonstration of their modules and offerings. We are now awaiting additional vendor proposals for comparison before making a recommendation to the full commission. We also discussed posting frequency and content style for the different social media accounts with a focus on seasonal events, announcements, and park updates. We also highlighted the need to develop a acceptable use policy, rather, for public comments. We believe next steps would be for the website, especially to await additional vendor pricing to compare with Civic Plus before we bring forward the proposed or our recommendation to the commission. We do need to start drafting the acceptable use policy for social media and website engagement, which I have already submitted a draft to the members of the committee and also to the commission. We also need to establish, this would be further down the road, but a posting schedule and designate responsible parties for updates. I know that I've mentioned it several times, and I think I have the approval or um, the rest of the committee agrees that we need to separate roles. So as commissioners, we're not responsible for the daily updates of the parks. That should fall to the manager and to the staff. Um, but I mean, if we want to post something, it would have to go through an approval process because we want to maintain that separation. As Commissioner Hutchins has said repeatedly we want to, separate the administrative and manager. So, um, as for the Holly Little League, our last game is September 29th. Yeah, only one team in fall ball. Um, the team that plays here in Holly, has been playing ball. It's been very entertaining to watch them do their best to do what they do best, and I look forward to the remaining two games and looking forward to next season. No time off for us in the Little League. Our first meeting to start playing for next season starts next month. So end one season, start the next month. So
Can I suggest that possibly we get started on the contract now,
absolutely.
as opposed to waiting until right before the.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yep. And when we because I do believe if nothing has changed, we will be electing a new president. And once that happens, I'll make sure that gets started right away. Yes.
All time. If you need to do it, my office.
Right.
Uh,
Sherman. Hmm.
Yeah, because, you know,
Yes. The entire the plot of land next to the school is all south. There is one diamond alongside the creek that runs. However, it's not used by us because of the proximity to the south. Um, Directly behind the Sherman campus, we do have two baseball diamonds that the schools have allowed us to utilize. Um, they are a work in progress. They're definitely a lot better than what they were when we first got use of them. Um, I don't want to go too much into it because I don't want to go get in front of what we're planning to do for next season. My plan is to take forward a proposal to the school board that will allow us to put additional diamonds in that space because we have enough space back there to put an additional 3 or 4 diamonds. Um, Hopefully that, along with the two fields we have here at Sorensen, will allow us to get back up to the level that we were when we had Carl Richter. Um, so, yeah. Yes. Mm.
staff, reason very often. Branches, she, he use, he, graduate, weakness,
I do know that conversations that I have had with board members, both both present and past, we're wanting to do some work to put dugouts, at least fencing the dugouts. And I've been really struggling with I like I said, I don't get too far into plans, but there are a lot of grants out there that would allow us to improve ball fields. Um, all the way from redoing the entire field to putting lights at the ball fields. There are grants out there. I want to take advantage of those, and I know I haven't mentioned anything to the commission, and of course the Little League would come before the commission before anything was done. Um, But I don't think there's any reason for us not to do what we can, especially if there's grant money available. Anything that we can do to improve those fields.
Before the chipper came, I did some road work out there. About 2 hours, I had to dig the fences out to get block the place out. Did some erosion work, and I talked to DPW about coming out and finding that other culvert. They can't get out soon enough. I'll rot it out, and then I'm going to take John Deere tractor, and I'm going to try and divert that water that goes down the hill into the grass, into that culvert. So I'll do that with the baby John Deere we got. Uh, and I get around to it with Mel. We'll address the lights, the outside lights on the pole barn, get them fixed up. So we have some security lighting up there by our dumpster. And the only thing going in October is getting about the middle of October, I'll winterize the beach. And it's business as usual, I guess. I'm working with Mary and Ryan Clausen on straightening out and maintaining a proper brush dump back here so it'll be organized. It, so everybody can use it better, store stuff. So it's in the works. And we'll involve Mary with that. Keep everybody posted on that. It's going to start working out there pretty soon. The village has a new chipper that'll take up to a 16-inch long. So a lot of the stuff they'd be dropping out, they're going to chip. To chip that pile back there, $15. They're looking at saving money too. So whatever they could do to help themselves, it helps us. That's why they. Over our future. What's So instead of trying to tie, we used to tie those like three together. Then it's untied. I guess electric connectors, they use a screwdriver, three buoys together, put a clamp on each end so they don't move the screwdriver. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you to both Chairperson, Chairperson DeSessa and to Manager Blanchard for taking care of the notes from last meeting and for all of you to excuse me for the meeting. I appreciate that. It was a nice time with the family. And that's really all I have. I mean, it's been nice to make some good choices with the social media committee. Had a nice interaction with one of our staff who came to the meeting as well, which was great. She gave some great insight and even after continued to give us some great insight with some of the wording she encountered with her signing up for things. And it's just, she was a great input. So we hope that we can get more involvement from the community, you know, at these upcoming meetings, but it was good. And that's all I have, guys. Thank you. I always maybe as more that I'm going to be it's hard to tell that those two the shots were square for the fiscal year. And I look forward to seeing the report of when our show doing the years and working with each try to make sure that we can do this. And we're going to see where we stand on that. It's way you know, really direction. You guys you know, I said, yeah, I've done it. It's sometimes in minutes for the first thing I think really and the very hard. You know, the hardest job. So I understand it. And really, the rest, it took me a while, but I was over here, um, our manager is doing a nice job. She is saying, very good people to all the hands and then and she just, you know, frustrated that you type away and you're not going to be on that you know, it was extremely good stuff. I had volunteered while there to do some thing, show some of those our nature. Oh, I don't expect her.
That is our, as far as I know, that's the first resolution ever made for township parks that I can remember for 30 years. Yeah.
twins, and that has sure. Um, I now know that I'm here in this place, and you see me, this cat, which is white and gray. We got posters up in front, and it plays posters for my being you know, the set of the other side out there. You know, the one now where it was disco. Was and you rock colors and everything. I wasn't that no water line. Breakfast I was in the water study and starting out doing some messages and she got it on the website now. Yeah, it's not just any old cat, as it said. This cat has to do it. And it's very special. Right.
Life trap. So don't let Booker out of the life trap. You don't have to leave the disclaimer just saying, seeing none, hearing none.
Okay, we're gonna go with the Russian, with all the definitions. And then sign that if you have other things like. I know I was reading it and I will find it. You know,